pedophiles in your neighborhood by breaking silence. Share your comments and your experience of molestation. Keeping quiet is strengthening the bondage of sexual atrocities in your society. Join Edmonds and Joanna, with the team of Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign online, as they unmask this enemy, and break its power over women, children and more. 12 noon today, Indian Standard Time. Join this unstoppable voice against sexual atrocities. Let your voice be heard. Join the life-changing company and make the difference. Thank you. Expose the maniacs and pedophiles in your neighborhood by breaking silence. Share your comments and your experience of molestation. Keeping quiet is strengthening the bondage of sexual atrocities in your society. Join Edmonds and Joanna, with the team of Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign online, as they unmask this enemy, and break its power over women, children and more. 12 noon today, Indian Standard Time. Join this unstoppable voice against sexual atrocities. Let your voice be heard. Join the life-changing company and make the difference. Thank you. Expose the maniacs and pedophiles in your neighborhood by breaking silence. Share your comments and your experience of molestation. Keeping quiet is strengthening the
Hello and welcome to the program today. This is Stop Molestation Campaign, presented by Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign, and with me in the studio today is...
Hello, I'm Joanna Owhorode, and today is a wonderful day, but it's very sad that we have to come on air concerning this urgent need,
Yes.
the need of this hour.
Yes.
Of stop molestation.
Yes, it's so important that we get into the importance of what we should do as a society, how we should act as a society. Is very, very important, and I have a couple of things to share with us today. And you know, each time in my seminars and webinar, I feel the excitement, you know, but today I feel the sadness. I feel the sadness. I feel the pain. I feel the anger towards molestation that is happening in the society. And if you're a man, you're supposed to stand up tall and speak out loud and break the silence and reveal those maniacs and those people who are abusing our children and our women, you see. So today we'll be looking at some very important tips that I'm going to be giving to you on how to help those who are getting molested, or who are already molested, or who might be exposed to molestation. But before then, I want to say to every one of you out there that as you're watching this, you share this video on your timeline, and you can as well share it with your friend, and you can invite people to watch this video, because we want to share very important information with you in this particular episode of Stop Molestation, presented by Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign. Now, from the studio, we greet you and we welcome you. Welcome. Now, we want to discuss very important things, and there's some outline here that I've made. Very, very important things we're about to discuss. But then, before we do, I want to start with this. In about a few minutes, our crew here, we actually started late. So in few minutes, I'm to expect calls. I really don't know the views right now.
Meanwhile, you can start to send your comments on Facebook. We are live, we are here, we are watching you. So you can start to put in your comments, your views, or anything that you want to give, your suggestions is welcome as we are going on.
Yes. It's very important for us to expose the sexual maniac and those who are taking advantage of our female children as well as male children, etc. It's very important that you expose them. So I'll be starting up right now. First of all, let's look at the subject, molestation. What is molestation? Molestation can be found in different degrees. Molestation could actually be the very act of sexual abuse, or could be a bullying act demanding sexual attention, or could be an act where you are not willing to give yourself for any kind of sexual relationship or any kind of relationship with anyone, or you might not even know about it. Most of the time you don't even know about it, but yet they bully you to have that. So that's what molestation is all about, forcing people to be physically submissive to the desire and pleasure of another forcefully. And maniacs do that. You see, maniacs do that. And there's pedophiles, they do that also. They force you to give your body, and they touch your body. They treat you in a very awkward manner, and a lot of fear is involved. The one who's the molested and the molester, you see, the molester inflict fear, infect fear, and so the molested receives fear, and so fear keeps them silent. Fear caused them not to speak. Many people who contacted our people, our representative, anti-suicide and success campaign representatives. We contacted so many people. Some really are not willing to speak because of this fear. This fear. This fear has been there. It's like a cycle, you know. But one of the intention, I came to the studio today with so much anger in my heart, and I know it is a righteous anger. So much anger in my heart is towards these inhumane acts of rape, which is under molestation. It is the height of molestation, rape. And so I want you to understand molestation is of that sort. So one thing you should get straight to your mind is molestation keeps you under fear. And so if you're willing to come out from the fear, you'll be free from the molester and the molestation. So how will you come out of fear? Break it. Break out the news. Say it.
What about actually more number of molestation begin within the homes, families, where from young age children in themselves, most of them, you know, almost 90% I think people, males and females, are molested. They go through that within the family circle, and in this family circle, when it happens, it can be their family relatives, you know, uncles and this and that. So they are not able to speak out, and they keep it because it is in the family. Or it can be, you know, school, in the school, where the people who know them and they know their family, and also to speak out, they are very scared to speak out, and they keep it, and that's where fear is there, and it keeps them, and they continue to go through this these things in their mind, and many people are affected mentally and physically. So this is how fear begins. So what do we have to say concerning this?
What's your question?
That it begins right from the home.
Yes.
So how are we going to address these things? You know, and people can't speak, and that's the reason they cannot speak, because they are their own family members that begin to molest.
Yeah, you know, I'm about to come to that. I'm about to come to that as I unveil, but I'll just quickly answer that. The strength of molestation is fear. The strength of molestation is fear. So long as you are scared and you do not want to reveal it because it's your uncle, I can make it worse. It's your father, it's your mother, it's your friend, it's your teacher, it's your dad's driver. We have a case. And I want to thank every one of you. I want to thank you for sending in your voice notes, your voice messages through the WhatsApp number. And if you're listening and you want to participate, even though we have less time, but you want to participate, please do. The number is on the screen, and when we're about to receive live calls, I will indicate. Prior, our men, our representatives, our ladies and our representatives, they told you should call 2:30. but we started a little bit late, 12:30. Thank you. 12:30. But we started a little bit late, so I will indicate when I would need calls to come in. So you just hold on. You can call into that number and participate live, and we can hear your voice, and the whole world can hear your voice. Now back to the point where I dropped off. What if it's a family member?
Yes.
What if it is someone close? Why? The strength of molestation is fear. And so long as you protect your fear that you're molested, if you protect your fear, you protect the molestation. And it will continue, either by that particular molester or by another molester. So if you want to break out of it, you must speak. Now, it's difficult when your dad molests you. Whom will you tell? You're supposed to speak to your dad, but the society is becoming rotten and rotting every day. Even dads molest their children. So now when your dad molests you, whom are you to speak to? You're supposed to speak to your parents about molesters who bully you for sexual pleasures and etc. Now, whom will you speak to now? Because now your dad is the one you speak to. Reputable bodies. We have Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign. Our number is on the screen, 97427433406. You call in, speak to reputable institutions, speak to, we are not activists. We are not activists. We are campaigners. We stand for the truth. And we go and liberate people from darkness, which is the limitation and the effect of molestation and ills in the society. And so you call organizations like Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign. You call organizations that help, like human rights organizations. If you cannot get through to them, you write a mail to the police commissioner. You send, and if you report to these bodies and they did not respond like they should, they make it common, they expose their stand in the issue of molestation. So the reason why people are not able to speak, my dear wife, the reason why we're not able to speak is because, one, they don't have someone trustworthy to speak to.
Yeah.
Two, the person, the molester, is very sensitive relationship they have. It may be a mother, it may be father, it may be brother, it may be uncle. I don't care whosoever that person may be. Molestation should not be condoned under any circumstances. We have to break it. Yes, we have to break the cycle. There's a cycle that molestation brings. I am trying to control myself because the pain is almost more than the inspiration, but I'm trying to hold on the inspiration so that I can give you the inspiration, because it's very important. The pain, you've heard the news lately of a girl that was molested, and the molestation was in the level of atrocity. These pedophiles, these people, they are called pedophiles. These people that prey on little children, that prefer sex and pleasures of sex through little children, they became a predator on this girl, and they killed her. And I looked at this video, which was like a documentary, which really do not have the original, footage, but it has the text describing what it is. I couldn't wait but to come out. Listen to me. If you are a woman and you are listening to me, and you are not willing to break the cycle of fear because of the society, you are keeping the next generation under the bondage of molestation. I feel ashamed of you if you are a woman and you feel ashamed to share your experience of how people have molested you because of society. We have said earlier, we will not disclose your identity. If you don't want to say your voice, if you don't want to record your voice, fine. Give us a text. Send us a mail. help@antisuicide.org. Let's get this story out. The government should see. The masses should see. The citizens should see what has happened to you. It must be broken. Until you break it, the molestation, you are not free from that molestation. Understand, not only children are molested, even among married people. A man can molest a married woman. A married man can molest a married woman. You are not free from molestation until you break the news, break the cycle of bondage, break the darkness, speak it out loud. Do not look at this so-called false identity of being conservative in the society. I'll spoil my family name. Then keep your children in bondage of molestation. Protect your family name. You're going to die in a few years from now. After you die, your children are going to be molested like you were molested. And they're going to keep the bondage of molestation by not breaking it out, by keeping quiet. I'm going to tell my story in a few minutes. How I was molested by my uncle. And exactly, I'm going to give you the graphic picture of it so that you don't think overly about my molestation or below my experience. So when you keep the secret of molestation, you are cooperating with the molester, the one who molested you.
Continues.
And it continues. And it can
he himself can start to do with other children too.
Yes. And if you have immediate children, he will do with them.
Yes.
Okay, so this is very, very important. Now, I want to say this to everyone who's watching. If you're a male factor and you are not able to protect a woman next to you, you are not a man. Man has the characteristics to protect. That's why we are built strong. That's why we have muscular structure. That's why we have this makeup, because we are able to protect a woman. If you can't protect a woman next to you, you are not a man. If you take the place of the predators and you see a woman being molested and you are laughing and looking at it like a show, you have cousins, you have a mother, you have sisters, you have relatives. If they are your relatives, will you laugh over it like that? If you will not laugh over it like that, then you are stingy, you are stupid, and you are acting unlike a man. A man is built to protect. In this webinar, I'm making this point. A man is built to protect the opposite gender.
Not to take advantage
of it. Now, there are situations, I have to answer this. There are situations where these predators are many in number, and you are only one. How can you rescue that particular girl, woman, as the case may be? These predators, age is not a barrier. I read in the news where a young man raped a grandmother. I read in the news. So these predators, they are not scared of anybody, but you see, they are scared of being exposed. Because when they are exposed, it is not anybody that is the problem, it's everybody that is the problem. When you expose a molester, everybody becomes a problem for them. But when you don't expose them, they're fine, and they'll continue the molestation. We have to break the cycle. Women, come out, speak your experience, write your email. Nobody's going to reveal your name. Write your email, speak what that husband brother did to you. Speak what your father-in-law did to you. Speak what another fellow woman did to you. How they put fear in your heart. Speak it out, break it open, because and let these molesters, let their clutch and let their chains be broken over you.
Because the more we keep speaking of it, in the society, it brings a big awareness of this, that it is a very big issue. And they would be scared to know that to do certain things like this. Until we keep it as a secret, it keeps going on and on and on, and it's limited to women and children and things like that. But now when the society begins to change and people start to speak it out boldly, and we know it's a wrong thing, so speak it boldly, and as we continue to speak, an awareness comes with the time, and when that awareness comes, these things will continue to, it will start to decrease, it will start to reduce, because the mindset will be affected in the society. Even the young generation that is coming up, they are hearing about these things, and as they are hearing, they know that it must be changed in their mind concerning these areas. And children must be educated. Obviously, organizations as such, I think we must go more into schools and colleges. There's a comment here where they are saying that, ma'am, I think that from a young age we need to educate our children where they should not be touched in their bodies.
I am coming.
So education is so important to educate the children, even in schools. Alongside with your syllabus, this we must educate children concerning these things. They must know how to protect themselves. They must know how to behave, how to bring themselves, and also certain kind of education must be given to male students. Also, how to think and how to take the female students and how to think about them and how to relate with them. These things become very important and vital. And as awareness continues to grow, this atrocity will definitely reduce, because the mindset of the society will be affected with time.
You know, people talk about cut their private part, shoot them, parade them naked, kill them, do something terrible to
Punish them.
I feel the pain. I know what you're talking about, and I understand the pain, but that will not change the mindset of people.
We have so many comments that people have come, and we are going to play those records also, where they said punish them, and this is one voice every citizen in this nation are speaking. Punish them,
and
so
I
that
do understand
other
that.
men would know.
And we do understand that.
We do understand, but that's not the
that
only
will not
solution.
bring an ultimate change.
You know, also in this, there is, see, here we are not come here to discuss concerning Asifa's case. We are not discussing specifically about religion here, because here we are speaking about humanity. It is a humanitarian service. We are talking about humanity, because an inhuman act is done. So we should not bring in here religion and say this is a Muslim, this is an Hindu, so you do. Tomorrow your daughter can be a prey to
Good.
it.
Then will you talk about
religion
Hindu or Christian?
It's not about religion. It's about her sex, and anybody can attack any child. And it can. So if we continue to stand for religion, tomorrow a Hindu child will be molested and it will come up on the news. Another day a Christian child will be molested, and
it's not about religion.
Cannot start to fight because based on these things. We have to speak about humanitarian, you know, something like being human, looking at things rightly and judging things rightly.
Now, as I proceed, you already said part of my point. The society is not free of the offense that they put on the molesters. Listen to me. You are not free from the offense that you suggest the consequence, the punishment, okay, that you suggest for the molesters. You are not free. Why? Because until you have institution subjects, webinars like this, movies, books, novels, that gives the right mindset to a man, until you have that, you are not free from being punished as part of the company of those who allow molestation. Because you're talking about punishing molestation, it's important, but you are not free from that punishment if you do not put education, the proper education in place to educate the children, to educate our young ones, to educate our... I know calls are coming in. I will pick your call. Just hold on. I will pick your call. I'm trying to get these few points out. When I get these few points out, I will pick your call. Please hold on. We just got one call coming in. Please hold on. I will pick your call. We need to educate. We need to educate. This idea of a conservative culture that is bringing the molester into a place of security and conducive environment to continue his cycle of molestation must stop. You must speak out. You must break the news. Imagine if the news has been exposed about these molesters before they molested this girl. This girl, Asifa, is not the first girl they've molested.
No. There's been a lot of cases.
This girl is not the first girl they've molested. Asifa, I hope I'm pronouncing the name properly. Asifa is not the first girl they've molested. So if they have broken the news
Yes.
That time, when they were molested that time, they would have been caught,
Yes.
they would have been exposed, as if I wouldn't have been in that shit. Break the news. This silence you are keeping is not healthy at all. You want to protect your marriage and destroy the future of your grandchildren? You want to, what are you protecting? What this society people are protecting is getting rotten all the time, because you're protecting something that you cannot protect. You say, no, you know, in India we are like this. In India, it's not about India. You have to speak it and break the dominating power of these pedophiles, these atrocities that they are committing, this inhumane acts that they are committing against children, women, young men, and so many. You've got to, I have a few points to give to you. We've got to educate and bring right awareness to bring up real men. We have to reprogram the mind.
Yes.
The ultimate is to reprogram the mind. The information we show on TV, you see, the access we give to people. Yes. You're talking about pornography. You see, when you show a pornographic material, or when there's a pornographic material, people want to experience it. So what are you exposing? What, as a society, I'm talking to us as a society, what are we promoting? What are we exposing? What are we giving to them? So it's very important. We have to reprogram the mind quickly, and we have to create programs, seminar, webinars, orientation camps, school subject, TV programs, public announcements that give information about how real men are, how a man will stand up for an opposite sex, for opposite gender, how a man will stand up when he sees people are coming against, how he will stand up tall for them. And we have to provide helplines where we can call for a molestation, and we will locate immediately where that person is, and we'll give help to that person immediately. Stay with me, I'm giving some more points to you. So we should not keep quiet, we should communicate concerning any suspicious pedophile and maniac attempting to do this atrocity on our children, our women, and whomsoever that may be. Once we suspect any, we must immediately, we should be the CCTV. See, CCTV can see it, can't stop them. What is the use of putting CCTV there when your CCTV can't stop it? CCTV is good. You can put CCTV in your house, and you know, and then security cameras. These are beautiful. But you see, we've got to be the CCTV. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to look at your neighbor's daughter. You have to look at your neighbor's son, and your neighbor will look at your son, wherever he is. He may be in Maharashtra.
Be watchful.
He may be somewhere else outside India, United Kingdom. You look at your neighbor's daughter here in the university next to you. Someone will look at your son there in United Kingdom. So we must be our brother's keeper.
Yeah.
In my webinar, I'm telling you, you must be your brother's keeper. So my next point here is my experience. When I was a little child, I slept next to my uncle, and was quite a young man, and I saw him pushing at me. He didn't remove my clothes, he didn't remove his clothes, but I saw him pushing at me, just pushing at me, constantly thrusting at me with his private part region, constantly thrusting at me. And I was thinking, what is he doing? Then I got to understand that he's getting some pleasure out of it. He's making some sounds. I was very scared. I am telling you, fear is the strength of the molester. Fear is the strength of the bully. The fear that it keeps in your heart, woman. The fear it puts in your heart that if you speak, I'll kill your father. If you speak, I'll kill your mother. I'll burn your house. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll kill you. If you speak, I'll kill myself. A pedophile wants to kill himself. Let him die. A sexual maniac wants to kill himself. Let him die. What I'm trying to say is that those words are using to control you in fear. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to control myself in the studio. Please excuse me. I'm very loud in my voice. There's no way I could show my anger to such things than to speak the truth this way. Excuse me. All right. So this was my experience. The next morning, I was so scared at night. I couldn't sleep. And I was having little pain. somewhere, you know. And like I said, he didn't remove my clothes, neither did he remove his clothes, so you get the picture very clearly. But I was so scared. Honey, I thank God for my life. The thing I did, listen, the thing I did the next morning, I went to my mom, immediately told everything to her. And they called him. And I love my sister. She acts like a police. When she spoke to him, when he saw her eyes, he didn't come to our house for a long time. And it never repeated itself. It never repeated itself. Now I have to say something about my experience. Please stay with me. After you are molested, two things are likely to happen. One, you are likely to have an extreme hatred for what is done to you, or you might reproduce it.
Interesting.
So mine was the second one. I was almost wanting to reproduce it. Not that I have interest. It started happening that I started to admire, kind of admire male. And this is why many people come and say I'm a gay. You are not a gay. Someone is the one who molested you, and you say you are a gay. Even hermaphrodites, they can have help. Hermaphrodites are those with genitals, both genitals, hermaphrodite. You know, they can have help. So this was my kalama. This was my problem. So I thank God I got the right mother who counseled me, the right people, and I got out of that. And I didn't do it at all. I didn't reproduce it. I didn't try it on anybody. But I was telling you what was going to my mind. So many ladies out there were never attracted to ladies. They were molested and they started getting attracted to ladies. Many young men out there, they were never attracted to young men. They were molested and started getting attracted to young men. Break the cycle. Speak out. Free yourself. Call a reputable organization. Call them up. In 10 minutes, your calls will be coming up. So break the might of silence. People think keeping quiet will help. So your molester will now bargain.
As a scar, it just remains
Yes.
like a scar.
Yes.
And it's a literal torment.
Yes. So
It's
the
a
molester
torment.
will bargain with them. If you don't speak, I will not do so much, or I will not do. You know, you are prolonging the bondage. Release yourself and break this might of silence. Break your silence, or you might put the next generation into silence. If you do not break your silence, the next generation will be silenced about molestation. You break your silence, and the next generation will stand up tall, and they'll catch those pedophiles and those sexual maniacs, and they will expose them. And our programs will reprogram the mind of those who have been molested, who might reproduce the same thing. And our programs and subjects in schools, our education, will reprogram their mind.
Here
What's
they
the use
say,
to know about mathematics and to know about science when you are molested and you're not able to, and your life is gone? What's the use?
Yeah, there's a comment here. They say that I think the influence of cinemas is playing a big role in luring the minds lustfully to do such things.
Of course.
People learn bad things and ideas more than good things from cinemas.
Of course. Of course.
It
Definitely.
is a factor of influence. Cinemas are a factor of influence. They get influenced.
Yes.
And they like to try out things. Because it's not just limited to cinemas. After cinemas, things start to go into pornography, videos and things like that. And today internet world is so vast, wide
goodness.
and accessible, from a young child to the old man. Anybody can access internet. And internet, you see a whole world which some years back was hidden, and now everything is open. You can see anything, anywhere you want.
Pick the call. I'm getting a first caller. A first caller. Hello, where are you calling from?
Hello?
Where are you calling from?
Yes, sir. I'm calling from Bangalore.
Thank you very much. You are the first caller, and we welcome you to Stop Molestation. Thank you very much. What do you have to comment, or what support you have to say?
Sir, I want to share my experience.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
From my experience, people want to know what has to be done if they are come across those kind of situations. And I'll share my views also.
Yes, briefly.
Yes, sir. So when I was in my grade 6, so my mother used to go in one of my aunts, not my relative, but one of auntie's house to attend a prayer. So in her house, many people will gather there to pray. So people come in search of her to get prayed by her. We used to go, my mother used to go, so we used to go every day to her house. But then I have come across one person.
A female?
So, he must be around, sorry sir?
Amen.
Is it a female or a male?
Male.
Okay.
So he was around 20s or 25, below that only. So he nicely talked with us, we children, with us children, but then he started touching here and there. I know that he is going somewhere wrong, but then from that time I started to running from him, and he also after us. He also after me also. He want to come and speak to me. He want to touch me here and there. But then by seeing him only, I used to run away. But then I didn't reveal any of these things to any of my parents or siblings or whoever. I didn't open up this matter only.
Okay.
I got affected. I couldn't sleep properly.
Why couldn't you share it with someone? Tell the
because
people, let them hear.
I felt ashamed what people think about me.
But why do you decide to share it now, my dear friend? Why do you decide to share it now, my dear friend?
That is what, sir, I felt ashamed. I didn't reveal to anyone because of that reason.
You were much
but
younger,
then after
right? You were much younger in age.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, go on, please.
I was around fifth or sixth grade.
Okay.
I don't remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. So another incident also happened. At that time I was studying in college. So I was traveling from my hometown to that place where I was studying. Where my father, he placed me, he came and he made me to sit safely near one of the grandmother and grandfather in the seat in the bus. And thinking that I'm safe, he went down. He went and bus started moving to my home, to the place where I was studying. My father was not with me. Nobody was. I was all alone traveling. But then the bus was filled with the people.
Yeah.
I felt someone was touching me from my back.
Okay.
But that touch was often.
Okay.
Often I felt that touch, but as I found that the person who's sitting near at the back was touching on my hip portion.
Okay.
But the moment I started shivering, I don't know what to do. The same thing.
What was your age? What was your age this time?
I didn't tell to anybody.
What was your age this time?
At the time I was around 23, I think, 22.
Oh, that's a young lady.
Yes, sir. At the time I was 22, and even then I got shivering. I was shivering inside. I didn't open up, but then if the person is boldly touched me, then I have to get up and shout so that everybody knows.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I turned out and saw the person. The next stop, he got down and he moved, sir.
Okay.
Even before I did that, but then I shivered very much. That shiver didn't go for 2 days. It lasted for 2 days.
You see that?
So
What do you have to tell the viewers right now? They are listening to your voice. Thank you very much, our friend. What do you have to tell the viewers?
Sir. I want people who are come across this situation, they have to open up and tell somebody else.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
They have to boldly raise up their voice. And yes, sir, I just want to share my experience.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now the line is open wherever you are, whether you are in India or you want to even call internationally. We would like to have your calls now. The number to call is right on the screen, 974-274-3406. So you can call that number and we will be here to answer you.
Anti-suicide and six.
Yes, next caller. Can you please tell us what you want to contribute today?
Whether you are in India or you.
Hello? Oh, we lost that caller. So wherever you are.
Asked a question. We are calling from. We are here. We are doing the program from Bangalore, sir. He was asking whether you are in India.
Yes, very much. We're in India and. Okay.
Anti-suicide.
Hello, welcome to Stop Molestation campaign.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I'm calling from Bangalore.
Okay, thank you.
And and I want to share my experience.
Okay.
Actually, I was very young. I was 4 or 5 years of age. That time, a neighbor girl, she was a girl and she was in her high school, 8th or 9th. And, parents doesn't mind their kids now sending with a girl. So at that time, she used to tell, I will take your daughter to play. And she used to take me to her house. And she used to undress before me. And she used to tell me, do all the things what her boyfriend does. Before that, she used to take me to the place where she and her boyfriend used to meet. And she used to tell me, do that for me, whatever you are saying. So like
in the presence of her partner, in the presence of her boyfriend, she tells you to do it.
No.
No. Before that, she used to take me to his place. There is a place where no one comes around. It's like that time, I'm talking around like 90s, 90, 92, 93.
Okay,
like
what
that.
age will you will be? What age? You'll be what age?
5 or 6. I remember I was very young, 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so she used to take me there and she used to show me, and they used to do all those acts in front of me. And when I come home, she used to tell me, do what that uncle has done, what you have seen. So I started with that because I don't know what was happening.
Yes.
So she used to tell.
Yes.
And I used to do that. And I used to play the same thing with my childhood friends who are of my age.
Oh,
It's
hold on.
spreading.
Now, my viewers, you can see what exactly what I was saying in my webinar. It will reproduce itself, and this is our caller is calling, our second or third caller is calling now, and she's making us understand that she does the same thing to her kid friends. Now, continue, my friend.
Yeah, yes, sir. And I used to play with them because it was a play for me. She told me it is a play. Do not tell to your parents, the first thing. This is our secret. So you should not tell to any elders. So it started with that. And as I was growing, more than boys, I had more interested in girls.
Oh.
So this created like some kind of that what they call now lesbianism and all.
Yes.
So after I went to college, the internet access become very open to us.
Exactly
to me.
what you said.
Yeah.
And one of my friend in the hostel told, the way you behave, I think you are a lesbian. So I don't think so you will get married to a boy. And that time I was around 18. Now I am 31. So that time when she told, more than boys, I had attraction towards girls. And this started that I accepted Christ, and now I'm married. I have a kid. Due to Christ, I'm out of that. I had a help from my church, from my mentors in the church, who helped me to come out of it.
So you were able to share it with them. You were able to share it with someone.
Yeah.
You see, one moment. This is exactly what I'm saying to the audience out there. You will break the silence. You will share it with a reputable institution, with a body like this that is fighting and standing against molestation. Now, what's your concluding point to the viewers that are all watching right now? What do you have to say concerning these molesters, pedophiles, and sexual maniacs?
I wanted to tell them that whether it's a girl or a boy, you should watch your child with whom they are going. You should not blindly send them, and so that they can misuse them. Because of that, parents blind trust on their neighbors or cousins or relatives. They just send. My mom used to send with a person whom I didn't like, because he used to do like the touch. He was touching me from the back, and I was that time around 13 or 14. So that time the way he used to touch and all, I didn't like it, but I went to my mom and I told. And I told her that, this uncle does like this to me every time I go. And she didn't go and fight, but she just stopped me from going there. And whenever he used to come, he used to tell him that, no, she's not coming.
Okay.
But that time I felt, that one thing I felt that, no one will stand for me, even my mother. So that thing should not do that.
Yes.
That's when they start hiding.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Is there any other thing you want to add to this?
No, sir. This
Thank
is
you
my
very
country.
much. Thank you very much for calling.
For your call.
My viewers, the
Thank you,
number to
sir.
call is right on the screen. It's right on the screen. 974-274-3706. Call that number. Break your silence. Share your experience, and let's expose these pedophiles
Because
and sexual maniacs.
many of them think they are the only ones going through all these things, especially the younger ones, and they are scared to share it. So when they hear that people are sharing, they'll become more comfortable to share with.
Yes.
And they will start sharing.
Yes.
If you are little children, if you cannot share in your family, share with your teachers, share with
Institution,
someone.
call,
Yeah.
email reputable institution like Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign, humanitarian outreach organization, and activists, as the case may be. Next call is on the
Anti-Suicide
line.
and Success
Let's pick
Campaign
that.
incoming call.
Hello, this is Stop Molestation Campaign.
Hello, sir.
Hello, this is Stop Molestation Campaign. What is your contribution and what do you want to say?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from KGF.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm so happy actually to open up certain things, and thank you for starting up this program, sir. And I want to tell that when I was a young child. Hello.
We are listening to you. Go on. The whole world is listening to you. You are breaking the cycle now, and you are exposing those pedophiles.
Yes, I want to say, when I was a young child, I was sexually abused. So I was around 8 or 9 years. I don't remember. I was a very young child. So I was sexually abused, and later I was very much scared, and so many things were going on. But what I did was, I was crying. When I was crying, my mom came to me and she asked, "Why are you crying?" When I spoke to my mother, what happened? She took an immediate step and it was stopped.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing.
She took an immediate action. Yes, she took an immediate action, sir, and it stopped. And she did the necessary thing what has to be done. But one more thing what I would like to share was this incident happened when, in the absence of my parents, my father and mother, they were not there. So what I would like to tell is, always parents should protect about where their kids, where they are, with whom they are, how they are going about these things, and are they safe. So they have to be always conscious about their children. And also parents should be broad-minded, not always too strict to the extent where even children cannot open their mouth to speak. But in my mother's case, it was not like that. She was very open to me. She asked me, I spoke to her, and she did the necessary thing.
Thank you very much. What's your last advice you have now for those who are watching concerning these molesters?
Concerning the molesters. Okay. Yes, molesters, whatever you may try, but no more the girls or no more the women going to be quiet. They're going to speak out as
Thank you.
as how I spoke today. And it's breaking, and we are not going to stay quiet or be scared or fearful. The boundary is broken, and we are breaking, and we are going forward.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling in from KJ.
I have a experience was shared by a text.
Okay.
They say, "Hello, sir. As a young teenager, I was molested few times. In school, in my standard 1, I was molested by one boy who used to bully girls, and it was that boy who tried something bad on me. Because of the fear, I couldn't open up to anyone that time. I remember it was not just me, but few other girls also underwent such experience. Parents must be open for children to open up so that you can stop it and protect your children. Also, I remember as a family, we were traveling. I was accompanied by my family members, but I was standing in a place little far from them in the bus, and the bus was jam-packed. One young man started to touch my buttocks and rub his body over mine, and it was 30 minutes journey, and so many women were around
such a long
me.
journey.
They saw something was wrong, but the way the woman looked at me as though I was wrong. So
The woman.
we really have to watch over the children, the girls, and people around us who,
It is
if you
shameful.
suspect something, you must act on it
Yes.
and not just be onlooker.
Yes.
So, okay, I will continue. So, I thought if I tell my parents, they would conclude me wrong because I fear I kept it within myself. But that incident left a bad impact on me. Yes, it's true.
Put the number on the screen, 974-274-3406. That's the number to call. Next comment, please. And you see, it is shameful if you are not able to share your experience and let the whole world know that these molesters must stop their bullying act over you. It's a shameful thing if you are not able to break that silence because you are keeping others silent to be under these molesters, these merciless, inhuman actions.
There's
that
an
they do.
audio here, and we have the first audio. Can we play the first audio?
Okay, the
It's
first
coming.
audio. The first audio. The first audio, please. We want to hear the first audio. Mawai, the number is on
Hi
the screen.
everyone, I'm from India. I wanted to speak against the molestation and the rape that is happening in our country and across the world. I was at the age of 8 or 7. I went to a shop to buy some chocolates where that shopkeeper was around 45 years old. And he told me that come over inside and take whatever chocolate you want and no need of paying, everything is free for you. He held my hand and he started rubbing my hand and he started rubbing across my waist and all. Then I thought that there is something wrong that he is doing to me, and I sensed the danger. I just shouted at him and I told, if you're not leaving me now, I'll go to my mother and tell everything. I started screaming, shouting, hitting him, and he got scared and he just left me. I went and told to my mother. My mother took a very strong stand and she came to the shopkeeper and she fought with him, and that was the time he just vacated from the place. And because of this, this was my first incident in my life, and it didn't stop here. As I was growing, I was around 15 or 16. I was going to my tuitions, and there on the road, it was around like night 8 o'clock. The man, he was drunk and he just came close to me and he started pulling my hands, my hair, and he started dragging me. And there was no one on the road while I was coming. But instead of freaking out or doing anything, I started backfighting him and I started pushing him. I just ran from that place without looking back, and it was very horrible. I could just sense that it has happened yesterday. And when I went to my college, and there was a computer teacher there who used to always touch the girls inappropriately, holding their hands and doing all sorts of things. And when he came to me, I started praying to my God. I know that Jesus is the real God, and I started praying and I told God, I don't want to undergo this again, so please help me. And I don't know what happened. He used to do with every girl that thinks whenever we used to go to lab, but not with me. I could sense that there is a force around me, the protection of God around me. But this happened not once or twice. It happened at the every stage of my life as I was growing. And the main problem was I used to feel guilty. I used to feel rejected. I used to feel that I'm not worthy of something in this world. So this has
It
put a
brings
very
negative.
wrong
It does.
thought, and
It does.
my self-confidence was very much scattered, actually, I could say. I didn't have any guts to go and tell to anyone because everyone thought it's your problem. Always the girl is blamed in the society. Why are you wearing this dress? Why are you wearing this? Why are you wearing that? If you are wearing a chudidar with dupatta also, you are getting molested.
Even if you are
you
inside a
getting
drum, my
raped,
dear,
you are
pedophile
touched,
will
you are
sniff you
groped in
out.
the public.
Little children.
But
What do they have
Infants
to
have
I think
show?
been
that this should stop
What do they
somewhere.
have to show?
We should speak against what has happened in our life.
Yeah.
We should not keep quiet. The mistake
Thank
that
you.
I did that day, I don't want to do it again. I want to encourage everyone who has undergone molestation or any kind of bad things to you, don't keep it inside, because it will always become an wound in the heart.
Yes.
And it will burst out one day in an unexpected way. So I wanted to speak against this, and I want people to take law and order to be established against this molestation and rape. A severe punishment should be given to the person who does that. But then too, until this will not change, until we change the kind of men of not seeing
that's it, the
women or
mind,
a
the
girl
mind, the
just for
mind. We have
object
to
of
reprogram
sex.
the
We
mind,
should
the
change
mind
them, we
of
should educate
people.
them, we should change our education system, and we should change the society by changing the mentality of men. I want to say
Thank you very much.
Thank you, pastors, for giving me this
Thank you
opportunity
very
to
much.
share
Now,
experience.
there is a
There's
second.
second audio.
There's a second one. I would like to hear that before we go on. The number to call is right on the screen. Call, and if you're not getting through, call. Hold on, we will pick your call. The number to call is right on the screen. 974274346. Call now.
So this was many years back when I was a kid.
More volume.
We had this family driver. Like my entire family trusted him very much.
Family driver.
And,
It's a family
he's
driver.
Very nice and kind and very helpful. And the
Driving
irony
beyond
here
cars.
is that he had 3 daughters himself. Okay. So every day after school, he'd drop me, he'd pick me up, and I'd sit in the front seat with him. Like our family was that close to him, and he was such a nice guy and stuff. But very soon things like started to get really weird. Like he would crack really weird jokes about women's body parts, like the upper area and stuff like that. And then so I had to wear shorts to school for PE and all of that, sports and all of that. So he'd run his hand up my leg and stuff, and I used to feel weird, but I wasn't sure what was happening because I was so small. I was just like, is this normal, or like, what's going on? Then at times he'd pick me up a lot, like he'd carry me, pick me up. And then once these two things, like somehow those I didn't take into much consideration. I was too small to understand anything. But then these two things that happened really freaked me out. One was where he took me into the lift. Like he was helping me with my bags and stuff to come upstairs. But he picked me up in the lift and he started, like my chest area, he started to grab them and like squeeze them. So that was that age where I was just like sort of growing up. So there were developments and stuff, so that hurt me so badly. It started paining. So that was really scary, and I decided to sort of not sit with him in the front anymore because I realized something weird is happening. And then when I stopped doing that, he would ask me what's up and why am I behaving like this, and I'd just be like, nothing. Then everything became normal, and I thought that okay, maybe I don't know, I think everything's cool. So I started sitting in front. I didn't tell anyone because I didn't know what to tell. Like I wasn't sure how to explain this to anybody, especially Indian parents. First of all, I myself didn't know what was going on, but I knew that somewhere it was wrong. But I was too, like, I don't know, weirded out to tell my parents or anything. So I didn't say anything. So then what happened, then the last incident was, then finally he was being normal again, so I thought it's cool. So I started sitting with him in the front again. And then one thing he did was, near the stairs while we were coming back inside, he unzipped his pants and showed me his thing down there. And
showed you his
thing?
thing?
To show me mine. And that's when I just literally flipped and I was like, this is so wrong. And I just ran upstairs and I think I told the maid because I didn't know who else to tell. And I can't remember her reaction. But I think she said like to stay away, or she didn't believe me. I wasn't sure. But either ways, I just completely moved away from him that time. And I think by that time we decided to change drivers as well. So I was really happy because after that, I don't recall anything happening because I used to just keep my distance. And then I think we switched drivers and then left Bangalore. So that was really, really terrible.
Thank you very much
like
for your contribution.
For life, because I still remember it, like the details and of the entire thing and like what happened and the pain of it all, like, and the confusion, you know, and the embarrassment and there's so much like shit, like it was just not a very good experience, and it really
there's another
like,
comment here, and
messed me
after
up.
Thank you very much for this valuable input. You are breaking your silence and you are destroying the cycle of molestation.
Anti-suicide and success campaign. There's a message for you.
You can send your voice note, you can send your text message, and as well as you can also call in. The number to call in is 9742743406.
Yeah, there's a comment here that after she went through a horrible experience of molestation, she began to fear men on the whole, and so many times in the night she wakes up.
This is exactly what we spoke about.
Yeah, wakes up in the night in fear. That's a torment. Fear is a torment.
Yes. Let your voice be heard. Send your voice notes.
And I think there are some more calls, audios have come in. There's a comment here. There's a comment. It says serious punishment should be given to people who take part in molestation.
Yes.
They should be handed over to the public, and we, the public, will decide how to deal with these people.
Yeah, that's a little extreme. You know, the Constitution doesn't give room for the public to carry out prosecution on a criminal, because they will do it with such anger that it will become a crime again. You know, so we do not have to reproduce molestation in another dimension. All we need to do, like you said, they should be punished severely. Yes, we do understand that is for the law to do. For us, we'll come out, we will speak, we'll reprogram the minds of people. If you kill one molester today, someone else is molested, and the seed of molestation is sown there in that ground, and it's going to germinate and it's going to produce fruits of molestation.
Yeah. There's a sister who sent a message just now. Said, hello sister, you're good, doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
We must speak and give girls opportunity to speak. I must share this. So she says, I had been abused from my boyfriend in 11th class. I came over, then once I attended your seminar in our college, St. Anne's. I even attempted suicide once after that. I came over that I got very strong attitude, hope that there's ahead of me.
Thank you.
And then when I start my degree, one boy blackmailed me and made me to forcefully, sorry, I'm not getting the way she typed it here.
Okay.
I think he forced her to love him. Took me to his house and he raped me. I couldn't share this to anyone.
But now you have learned.
Again, he tried the same. I lost my virginity. I didn't know anything about it. Then the hope in me didn't die. I used to pray. That's it. And avoided it completely and tried to forget it. 2 years passed. I'm just doing fine. This fear of virginity, losing of virginity is still in me. That's it.
I'm almost speechless.
Yeah.
When a girl
goes
opens
through
up
such a
and say, I lost my virginity because someone took advantage of me and raped me. You know, in such cases, two things we have to analyze here. One, you said he's your boyfriend.
Yes.
You said he's your boyfriend. So
she said he forced her to love him with blackmail.
Okay.
And she was, I think you were not able to share it to someone. If you had shared it with someone, I think they would have put little fear in him, and we have to deal with it, because you can't keep it quiet, you can't keep it secret, because this is just like molestation.
It is.
Yeah, it's like a blackmail. I understand it's really terrible to go through such times, and you really won't know what to do, how to go about. And people who are hearing, and anyone who goes through such, you must share it, and that's very important. Though if you cannot share with your family members or friends,
reputable
we
bodies.
have organizations as such like this now. I think all the organizations must come out, and you must be made more awareness of such organization must be there in the society, so that you can call in and get the help, so that we can help you to somehow to get to that guy and to speak with him, and he would know that you are not just taking things for granted and being
Yes.
there. But you would know that it's something serious, and they would not try to do that. Fear will be in them
Yes.
not to do
and
that.
and such cases can lead to unwanted pregnancy. Who could tell?
She wanted to commit suicide. Here we are trying to, we are an anti-suicide body,
And she
we
met
know
with
what we
us.
are doing, and she has met with us.
And she came out of it.
It really kept her till now, that strength and hope. But going through this is really awful. You really have to share it, and you can't go through it all alone. You have to share it.
Oh, I am little touched by this experience that was shared. Thank you very much for sharing your experience.
Yeah,
We really
you were.
appreciate, because people can hear and they can have guts to break the strength of the molester.
Yeah. Here,
That's
as
fear.
another caller has sent a message, laws regarding molestation are not enough. They are simple and they need to be upgraded.
Correct.
So it will make people think twice before they commit such a crime again.
For your information,
Yeah.
if you do not know,
Which
anyone
kind of
who attempts rape on infant or who rapes an infant, I saw on my laptop news in India, is life imprisonment. So I don't think anything can really be more
It has started,
severe
but there
than
are
that.
cases where the case wouldn't come out.
Okay, like
They will
Asifa.
conceal the case because some big personalities would be involved in it, and it wouldn't come out. There
Like
are many
Asifa,
things like that.
like Asifa's case.
Yes.
Or many others who case have gone by.
Yeah.
But you see, Asifa's case is very terrible. Like I said earlier on in the webinar, it was what pushed me out. I cannot sit down there and cry
Yeah,
and
we have
feel
to
sorrow.
do something.
We are out here, all our men, everyone is here, camera there, table, mixer. We are all here today. Today, actually, from our working perspective, we're supposed to have holiday, but we gave it up for all those who have been molested. We came out from our holidays today to speak the truth to the Indian society, government, and the esteemed citizens of the great nation of India, that you must break your silence and destroy the strength of the molester.
Yeah, there's another caller who sent a message. Women and girls need respect in the society. They are also created by God. Government must take action and do justice over the people who molest girls, so that further molestation should not occur in this country. Girls and women who are molested are spiritually and emotionally wounded.
Yes.
Physical wounds can be healed, but spiritual and emotional wounds cannot be healed when they open up to someone who is trustworthy and get counsel. Is true.
Thank you
That's
very
what we are
much.
telling.
The next voice note we'll be listening to and hearing exactly what people are experiencing, what people are going through in this issue of molestation, what people are going through. So we're going to hear the next note now. Voice note.
Yeah, there are many voice notes. You can start playing it.
ஆன்டி-சூசைட் கேம்பெயின் நடத்தி வரும்
It's 8 minutes.
மதிப்புக்குரிய அன்பான் எட்மண்ட்ஸ் ஒக்கோரடி, ஜோனா ஒக்கோரடி அவர்களுக்கு நான் ஜான் வில்சன் நன்றி சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். இந்த ஆன்டி-சூசைட் கேம்பெயின் மூலியமாக பலர் நன்மை அடைந்ததுக்காகவும் நம் பாரதம் நாடு புதுப்பிக்க நல்ல செயல்கள் கொண்டு வருகிறதுக்காகவும் அவர்களை நான் பாராட்டி நன்றி செலுத்துகிறேன். கடந்த மாதம் ஜம்மு காஷ்மீரில் கத்வா என்ற பகுதியில் சிறுமியாக இருக்கிற அசீஃபாக்கு பாலிய பலாத்காரம், கற்பழிப்பு, வன்முறையாக கொலை செய்து புண்படுத்திய அந்த சிறு வயதின் அசீஃபாக்கு நான் வருத்தத்தை உங்கள் மத்தியத்தில் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். அசீஃபாக்கு நடந்த கொடூரமான சம்பவம் தகர்க்கக்கூடியது. இதுபோல சம்பவங்கள் இனி நடக்காதிருக்க நம்ம அனைவரும் செயல்படுவோம். இந்த ஆன்டி சூசைட் கேம்பெயின் மூலியமாக அனைவரும் நன்மை பெறட்டும், புதுப்பிக்கப்படட்டும். மனித நேயம் புண்படுத்தி வன்முறை செய்து வாழ்கிற வாழ்க்கை அல்ல. நாம் உருவாக்கியிருக்கிறது மனிதனாக அன்பாக வெளிப்படக்கூடியதாக. ஆனால் இன்று மனிதன் மிருகத்தனமாக வன்முறையில் குழந்தைகள் மேல் இச்சையை தீர்த்து கொள்வதும், சிறுமிகள் மேல் பாலிய பலாத்காரம் செய்வதும், கற்பழிப்பதும், பெண்ணின் மேல் வன்முறை செலுத்துவதும் அதிகமாகவும் கொடுமையாகவும் தீவிரமாக போய்கொண்டிருக்கிற இந்த வேளையில் நாம் அனைவரும் கை சேர்ந்து நல் ஒழுக்கம் நல்ல நாடை உருவாக்கும் என்று நான் உணர்ந்து வேண்டுகோளாகவும் வருத்தத்தோடையும் நான் தெரிவித்து கொண்டு வருகிறேன். சிறுமி சீஃபாவுடைய பெற்றோர்களை நாம் பார்க்கும் பொழுது 52 வயதான முகமது யூசேஃப் உஜ்வாலா, தாய் நசீமா பிபி, அவர்களுடைய வேதனை, அவர்களுடைய கஷ்டத்தை பார்க்கும் பொழுது குழந்தை பெற்ற நாம் அனைவரும் அதை அறிவோம். அவர்களுக்கு சமாதானம் கிடைக்கும்படியாக.
Thank you very much.
Hi friends, Muthu here. During these 2-3 days, my mind is getting disturbed a lot. You must have heard about name called Asifa. She had brutally raped and killed by 3 men in Indian temple. It's making me to think that where is humanity in India and where is the safety for girls in India? Indian government will talk lot about animals protections and so on. And where is safety for girls in India? I request Indian government must hang these 3 men immediately as soon as possible. And the one who rapes woman, that is the best punishment for them is that death penalty, my friends. Please save this as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. We would like to have the next voice note, or if you're calling, the number to call is 97427434006. Call now. Pick your call. Next voice note, please.
இப்போ 8 வயசு குழந்தைய வந்துட்டு ஒரு கோவில் தர்மகர்த்தா இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணியிருக்கிறாரு. அதுவே அந்த ஊருக்குள்ள இருக்கிற இன்னொருத்தர் வந்து அந்த தப்பு பண்ணியிருந்தா அந்த தர்மகர்த்தா என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பாரு? அவங்களுக்கு பனிஷ் பண்ணியிருப்பாரு. ஆனால் இந்த ஆள் இந்த தப்பு பண்ணதுனால யார் இந்த தப்பு பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்களோ அவங்கள வந்து நடு ரோட்டில் நிற்க வச்சு ஒட்டு துணி இல்லாமல் அவங்களுக்கு தக்க தண்டனை கொடுத்தே ஆகணும். புரியுதா? இது வந்து 8 வயசு பொண்ணு வந்துட்டு அவனை வந்து கவர்ச்சி பண்ணிக்கலாம். அவன் எந்த காம வெறியில அவன் வந்திருப்பான். சரிங்களா? இப்போ வந்து அவனை வந்துட்டு இந்த தண்டனை கொடுத்தே அவனுக்கு கொடுக்குற தண்டனை வந்து உலகத்தில் இருக்கிற ஒரு ஆம்பளைங்களுக்கும் அது ஒரு பெரிய பாடமாக இருக்கணும்.
Thank you very much.
Next.
Let's come hear the next voice note, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Edmonds Owhorode. I am here to speak against molestation. I am a victim of it, being a male. I had been abused by my brother, cousin brother, my own very family member, and so-called a man who said he's spiritual. But due to these 2 experiences which I had, I avoided people. I avoided to mingle with men, mingle with women. This must stop. It is enough. I had the pain The shame which we carry, it is serious. It is not expressible by words. It's painful. It tears us into parts. And you people who are listening all over this world to what I'm speaking right now and want to have sex with small children, male or female, first look at yourself. What if it happens to your daughter? What if it happens to your son? What if it would have happened to you when you were young? You would have gone through it. You know the pain. Why do you want to pass the pain? Let's heal people who has gone through it. Let's stop this. Are you an animal to do this? Are you an animal to pass on that pain to others? Can't you stop there? Don't you know the
Anti-Suicide
pain?
and Success
I know
Campaign,
the
there's a
pain.
message for you.
Can't you stop and give a better life for the future? Can't you give a better life for the children? And you government and you police, every police that are hearing to this campaign, don't you have mind? You yourself have gone and raped that small girl who is 9 years, Asifa, and not taking the complaint. Where are you? You are here to work for people. You're not here to work for yourself. Don't you know who you are? And people on power, politicians, don't you know that you're the servant of people? Don't you know that you are here to work for us? This government is for the people, by the people, and from the people. Did you forget, you dumb? Are you gone blind? Can't you see what's going on around you? And you want what is going around you. Can't you stand against it? People stood and we got independence. Can't you stand against this and give freedom for those people who are suffering out there? And people all around, you keep quiet. You don't say anything. Thinking that you will be having problem tomorrow. Don't you feel the pain which they are going through? Can't you stand for them? When people stands together for one cause, nothing can be broken. The government cannot stand against you. The government has to go under you because it is the power which is above everything. You people stand for these kind of children. Stand for this kind of people.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll play.
And if you don't speak,
the next voice note.
Hello, Pastor. This is Priscilla from Bangalore, India. At the first, my hearty greetings to you and your team. I also want to congratulate all of you for initiating this webinar on
It's our pleasure.
Molestation. I'm extremely privileged to place my views and suggestions in this platform. Though I also strongly believe that laws and policies must be inserted in our constitution that will judge the culprits in the way that every man in the country will tremble even at the thought of committing such nasty acts. But this alone will not purge out or uproot this evil completely from our society. To be completely free in the long run, impartation of moral values to every child along with their academics plays an essential and vital role in building up of his strong character, and such a strong character in turn will contribute towards eradication of this social evil. Alternatively, every girl from their childhood must be taught and trained to be strong and careful, especially diligent in choosing their friend circle. They don't have any option to show negligence in the current scenario. Government may also consider providing free classes to every woman on self-defense. Many a times, showing some amount of courage pacifies the situation. Here, I want to insert my personal experience. In many occasions, when I've traveled alone, some men will either try to talk or stand nearby or follow me on the road, but I have always turned back and asked them what are they intending to do. When I ask in loud voice, they become uncomfortable and move silently from their place. So we need to be brave. Government has
Correct.
also released certain apps that enable sending of SOS message in one click, so women can make use of that option also. Above all, there is always strength in unity. Every person must stand for their neighbor.
Yes.
It may be difficult for an individual to stand alone and fight against our system, but when a group stands for a cause, the concerned authority are brought under compulsion to take action and punish the guilty. Always an Indian proudly says that our country has unity in diversity. Then let everyone show themselves to fit in this race, and I also intend to stand in it. I pray that the situation changes for better. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you very much
thank
for your input. Let's look into any text, if there is any text or contributions online. Next voice note, please, while you're searching for any contribution online.
A very good morning to Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign and to everyone who are listening to it. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign for taking the good initiative and good cause to organize a webinar on stop molestation. So as we know and aware of the molestation that took place in our society recently, it's not something good that we can praise or to lift it high. It is such a shameful thing for our nation. It is such a shameful thing for our society, because harassing someone in an aggressive manner is not at all good, and it is not of God. I can say it is demonic. Hence we must fight against it. We must stand against it, and we must fight and chase the enemy which is causing to do such things. And we can stop the molestation if people set their mind, and if people make up their mind to treat and respect others, including the smallest one, that is the child, above themselves. We can stop the molestation and we can chase it from our society. So once again, I would like to thank Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign for giving everyone an opportunity to share their thoughts and views to stop molestation. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your input.
The next.
This is rape regarding 8-year-old girl now in Kashmir.
Exactly.
Okay. Actually, yesterday when I was seeing the video, I gave some feedback. Mine will be very worst words.
Okay.
Which I think you will accept it or not. But it will be a very worst word.
Right, okay.
And because it is a shame for gents also. So if you want to use those words, I can tell you. But that should be done for one gent means it should be a lesson for the whole country and whole world, whatever it is happening.
Yes.
And recently I was seeing even another 9 years girl also was raped. Are there animals or there human beings? Because even they have the children in the home.
Yes.
Actually, when I was seeing the video, I gave very worst kind of feedback. That should be taught for each gent.
Yes.
Actually, see, the person who was involved is police officer and the priest. Why should he be called a priest? See, if it is a communalism between Hindus and Muslims, they should not. It is not meant that they should rape on some girl and teach them lesson. Because today, if they are doing this to this girl and they want to abolish Muslims, as they are butchers also. So tomorrow they might severe your children also, no? What is the guarantee that if you do that girl and do something, you should have some mankind. So their private, I'm sorry that I'm using this word, but their private parts must be severed. Then only they cannot be a gent. Then only it be a lesson for everybody, whoever it is. If they do the same thing, and just killing them is not a punishment for them, because immediately they hang themselves. Something that is not a thing, because it has happened. Delhi rape also, some 9 people and all, but until now nothing has been undertaken. Simply that they are telling Juvenna and they are putting him in somewhere and all. They will be doing some work, but nowadays, according to me, police also are not very strict, because it is only corruption. Because whoever goes inside, they are thinking that if they give some bribe, they can come out. Only for the eyewash, they are going, and they'll be there for some time and they are coming back. But this is happening every time. In Delhi also happening, Delhi, Kashmir, Bangalore, everywhere it is happening. And I think recently, the one Manipal lady means that one lady she was brutally raped and attacked by some persons in Pepagodi. What is that? Anekal Taluk.
Yes.
That lady. Yeah. But those persons are not identified, they are telling. But she is half killed and nobody protected her also. The ladies also, I am telling that ladies also are not coming to the protection. If everybody, ladies and gents, whoever see them, they should at least attack them and give them nice punishment that it should not happen to anybody. But nowadays, whoever sees it, they're just going off because they're afraid that tomorrow they will come for the tomorrow they have to come for the court and give the evidence. So for that, many people are running away, and whatever it is happening, it is happening at all. So if actually it is a child. Why that police officer or who is that priest? Why should he be in the temple itself? He is not fit for temple also, and this one is not fit for SA also. Because he has got a bribe of 1.5 lakh, and he is gone and raped her. So their private parts should be severed.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry,
Anyway, thank you for your
I should use
contribution.
this word. Long back in
I have a question.
long back, that is, I'm talking about 15 years back.
Okay, to answer. And the question is, what our regular voice note have indicated? They have said in the bus, in the bus, in the bus, in the bus. So what is the security key, or what is the tips for young people, especially ladies, who can be protected, and the way they can protect themselves in a commercial bus?
They have to speak out to their neighbors, because we have been telling them that speak out. So when something is happening to you in a public place, in the bus or in any place, public areas, you have to speak to someone, call another woman, speak to her, somebody, and it will become a voice, and the one who is trying to do something would not continue that, and it will stop. So we have to get little aggressive concerning these things and start to share and be watchful, and then it would stop.
It boils down again to being your brother's keeper. You have to see what's going on with your neighbor.
There's a comment from Sushma here. Girls who ever watching this, please share it, because your sharing can help many girls to speak up and know that they are safe at some point. This campaign will take strong action against as well as counsel.
Stop Molestation is going to come on and on and on and on online, and we're going to indicate to you when we're coming up next, probably in this particular webinar when we're coming up next. So do not stop to send in your voice notes, your email, or your call. And the number to call is on the screen right there, 974-274-3406. Let's hear the next voice note. Thank you for your comments.
We have to actually stop all these things. It's really, we really feel insecure being in India. It's not, we don't feel such security, even though being in what to say,
no security being in
so many crores of people, millions of people. They don't understand. They based on religion, all these things, they discriminate people, and all those things are also a cause of things, right? And more protection should be given to girls.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and we have to protect.
Thank you very much. Let's hear the next voice.
Yeah, from your side. Okay.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಇದು ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಿಡ್ಲೇಬಾರ್ದು. ಒಬ್ರು ಇದ್ರನ್ನ ಹಂಗ ಮಾಡೋರ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಹಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ,
ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದು.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆಯನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಆತರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ತಿದ್ದುಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಇದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಂತೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ ವಿಷಯನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸರಿ ಅದೊಂದು ಇನ್ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೇಲೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರೋ ಶೋಷಣೆ ಅಥವಾ ಬಾಲ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ
ಅದು ಏನ್ ನನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡೋ ಯೂತ್ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ತಾನೆ ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಜಾಗದಕ್ಕೆ.
Thank you. I think the voice notes are over.
No, they're there. Many are there.
Okay. They're talking about this punishment again. Punish.
But that's fine. That government would do that, and it's good for government to bring in a law, and they are doing it. But citizens are demanding more severe or more better ways that government would put laws into action, immediate actions. And those changes would happen. As we continue to speak, it would happen. We have to touch the foundation, the roots. And when we continue to speak out and show the roots, then you will see the manifestations. The changes will come even in the government.
Yes. The root is the mind. Now, this mind is where all the information comes from, and that's where we should target to change. Now, in a few minutes, we'll be going off air, but I want everyone who has sent in voice note to be patient. We will play your voice note. If not right immediately, we'll play it in our next Stop Molestation campaign. So let's hear another voice note if it is there.
Hi, good morning. It's very hurting and painful to know that Asifa Bano is brutally raped and killed, and this is not the one case, and every day here and there we are hearing so many news about children being raped, and that too below 5 to 13 years. Children are raped brutally and murdered. Some children are burnt after raping them. It is so painful, and I feel like punishing those wicked men, the so-called men in the society who are cause for these kind of acts. As a woman, I know how much painful it is.
Is this an incoming call?
Suicide and Success Campaign incoming call.
Hello. Welcome to the program Stop Molestation.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Pastor.
Can you be a little audible, please?
ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ತರ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾನೇ
a little louder.
ಕ್ರೂರವಾಗಿ ಆಫ್ಸಿಯಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ರೂರವಾಗಿ ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೇಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತುಂಬಾನೇ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಅವಮಾನ ಇದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಈ ತರ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈ ತರ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನ ಎದುರುತ್ತಾರೆ
If you
ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ
punish
ರೇಪ್ ಅಂಡ್
one,
ಮರ್ಡರ್
then others
ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ.
will be scared to,
ಈಗ
commit the
ಅವ್ರನ್ನ
same
ಅಷ್ಟು
kind of offense.
ಈಗ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡದೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನೇ
Legally, if
ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ
they just let
ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
go, this thing would continue.
ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ.
Punishment is a must.
Thank you very much. Where are you calling from?
Okay, thank you.
Where are you calling from?
Mysore.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and God bless you for this wonderful.
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pastor.
You see,
the new message, voice message has come in.
There are some new voice messages that has come in. You can play that, and then we will be able to hear what their contribution is.
Hi Sophia, hi Pastor John, and you have been doing great job. And
thank you.
Before 4 years, I've met you guys in my seminar in St. Anne's College, and that has changed my life thoroughly a lot and gave me hope a lot of hope. I came over so many things that were ready to kill myself, that I was ready to kill myself because of those stupid things which happened in my life. I overcame because of your words. I overcame. I learned a lot of things which strengthened me spiritually. Yes, then later I went with a very bad experience recently, before 2 years exactly. I went through and like a guy trying to abuse me completely, and there was a time where I went out for a long drive with my friends, and I was sitting with a guy who tried to touch me all over and abuse me, and that was horrible moment. I couldn't share with anyone. I couldn't do anything. It seems those boys take all the girls from colleges and go out, be friends and do all those things. It is happening regularly, and I could make out it, and though I came out of it, and I scolded them, and that was a horrible situation. I told them not to do this again, and I told my boyfriend also, like they are doing like this, and he told okay fine, this is done, and they got beatings from him also. And all such happened, that still these boys are taking a lot of advantages of innocent girls who are newly joining from school to college, those girls who doesn't know what is happening around, and these boys who are taking a lot of advantages, having a number of girlfriends, still flirting and abusing them to the extent physically. And this has to be stopped, and girls whoever are listening to this, whoever watching this camp is superb. Go to them, talk whatever you want, tell what has happened, and they will take strong actions towards it.
Yes,
that is all I can tell, and thank you so much,
thank
Pastor
you
John,
thank you
so
very much for your input.
Thank you so much.
Do we have another recent voice note?
There are many.
If we have a voice note, otherwise the number to call is 974-274-3406. It's right there on the screen. Please call that number. Next voice note, please.
Hi, this is Nithina, Priscilla sister's friend. I just wanted to say only one thing, that after seeing all these incidents which is happening recently, not only recently, from the time when all these started, we can say that from so back, it's been a rape culture itself developed in India. So I just need to ask only one thing: when is the right time for the girl, unfortunately born in India, has a time to see sunlight? That's all, nothing else. I'm so frustrated and irritated by all these. Just had this much to say.
Okay,
Thank you very much. I can feel the pain in your voice, as well as even when I started the webinar, we felt the same thing. Thank you very much for that voice note. And you said, unfortunately, born in India. I laughed because when people come out, it will become the opposite. People will be fortunately born in India, not unfortunately born in India. That's why I laughed while you were speaking in your voice notes.
And many of you are very wild because you are sending comments as in saying you must hang them, you must hang them to death. You are everybody are reacting to this. Yeah, it is a atrocity, we know that, and really we need to bring in a hope, and it will take some time until we continue to do this. Every one of us must make the decision to begin to speak and continue to speak. Our voice will be heard. It can start small, but as it continues to keep, hearing, government must respond, and they will respond. But people don't have, they don't have a hope on government. That's the comments that are coming in. The government are not going to make changes. That's the comment.
But we can. Our voices will.
Yes. So I say that we can do something. We can make a positive change
and
by
the government
speaking.
Will cooperate.
Like we have come out, you can come out. Every individual can come out and do something about it. And it's very important with your decision of what you are going to do and how you are going to influence and how you are going to affect the society.
Yes, it's amazing. I mean, I am really getting. Really enlightened by what people's comments are. People talk about
the citizens of this nation, they are standing together. Everyone are standing against this, and that's a strong power in standing together in unity. It will make an effect.
It is. It is. It is making an effect already. Now there is a tab right down there. If you are watching us, you say share and you invite your friends to watch. Invite them to watch and tell them to impute their comments and support for the stand against molestation. There's a tab there. You can say share, and when you say share, you will get right post, copy link, and share to a group. And right under that, you see the names of all your friends. You can invite them to see this beautiful webinar where they can impute their comment either by voice note or by calling the number 974-274-3406. And when they call that number, right here we'll listen to their contribution and their support to stop molestation in India and around the world. Yes, we were discussing about the voice notes and how they're imputing their comments.
There's a comment here that don't blame the country. Our nation is a great nation. It's very true. It's very true because of the comment that just came in.
It's not absent in any nation.
Yes, because the effect that we are seeing, people are so affected by it, and they are speaking against the nation. And that's how the name of the country is being put to shame, and everybody make this remarkable statement. They keep saying that it's a shame to this country. So anything happens and this kind of news come out, it becomes a news to the nation, and the nation is tarnished.
Yes.
So
the reason, I think one of the reasons why they are saying that is because they expected the government to carry out a very immediate action, and which is kind of taking slow. But still, we should not tarnish the nation of the image of the nation.
Yeah.
We should stand and speak and wait, and the government will take the necessary action.
Change. It will take time, but it will change.
Yes, it will. Yeah. It will. Share this on your timeline, and this is Stop Molestation, and we are about to go, but the number to call if you want to give your contribution or comment concerning how to stop molestation, and if you've gone through the webinar and you want to write us, the number to write short SMS or the email to write.
The voice notes are there.
The email to write is help@antisuicide.org. Let's hear the next voice note, please.
Hi, I'm Davidson, friend of Priscilla. I raise my voice against molestation and abuse against women, especially children. And recently the society is facing a lot of issues related to this. and also the evolution of the digital media and things expose people to a lot of bad elements.
Yes.
And that makes people more vulnerable to this kind of things. And I would like to quote from Martin Luther King, who told the silence of the good people is more dangerous than the bad people. So
Thank you.
it is our part to raise the voice against this kind of abusing and the activity by the bad people.
Yes.
And we should be aware, create the awareness among our society, basically starting from family, and implant that kind of education in our schools, and help people more be aware and protected against this kind of harmness. And I wish God will support us in protecting us from any kind of such situation, and I pray God to help us in this.
Thank you for your comment. You know, when
Thank
we
you for
talk,
this opportunity to raise my voice against this. Yeah.
thank you for your comments. You know, when we're talking about stopping molestation, you know, you cannot blame God for not protecting, or pray that God should protect, because when you say that, what comes into picture is the girl, particularly the case that is so offensive right now. She's a Muslim girl, right?
Yes.
So where was her God, and many others who have been molested?
But there have been many cases in
So you don't
different
bring
religion.
God, you don't bring religion into this.
So we cannot.
You
put
don't
it
bring
out to
religion
God.
into this. You have to bring your brains into this, and your voice, and your
Yes.
emotions. That's very, very important, because that's what was fed, not spirit. Spirits were not fed. It is their emotion, their voice, their brain that was fed with pleasure.
Yeah.
The sexual maniacs and pedophiles. Let's hear the next voice note, please.
Inviting.
All the voice notes, the total is
It's not
over.
There are many.
Thank you very much. Now, I have not heard some
Yes,
voices.
It's there.
I've not heard some voices. Anyway, but they said it's over.
It is there.
The number to call is 97427434006, and you can share your comment or your support to this Stop Molestation campaign. Now, we were discussing about people talking about the government to
Make
do
some-
something, make some changes, or make some very, very drastic punishment for those who are making prey out of our women, children, and young children, boys, etc. But you see, like I said earlier on in my webinar, until you step out to do something about it, the government cannot change it.
Yeah.
Government cannot be in the secret places where people are, you know, until you do something. What do you think about they speaking about the government? They're speaking about the government. What do you think about, what do you have to say to them?
What I notice in citizens that they are speaking about the government is they are not having much hope, because it's repeatedly occurring. But we know that there are laws have been literally changed, but when it comes to certain cases like this, because this was a big blow on every citizen of the nation, because it's a
serious
small
pain.
child, 8 years old
Not
girl,
up to 10 years old
and,
girl.
yeah, it's a very little.
Brutally sexually manhandled and killed.
Yeah, a very young girl, and the thing that has happened,
Anti-suicide and success campaign.
personalities
There's a
that
message for
that
you.
is involved in this act is where the hope is being lost in the citizens' heart, and that's why the citizens are reacting this way against the government and speaking about the government, that will there be a hope, because if politicians are involved, if policemen are involved, if priests are involved, and such, so they have questions and they are coming in with this kind of questions and asking, do we have a hope, and will the government really do something?
So truly the government might be acting late.
Yeah, because government has to act, and they act step by step, and they need with all the proofs and everything, because they have to consider many things to bring out a law or a rule. And government is doing what they have to do. I know they are doing. Obvious changes must be made, that the city, every citizen is laying demand. And the more and more we keep speaking about this, the government is pressured to take an action, and I believe they would do it.
They will do it. They will do it. That's great. They will do it. But the mind, like I said, the mind is very important, that we have programs that change the mind.
Yes.
Subjects in schools.
Yes.
Orientation program, orientation camps.
Yeah. Everything we cannot blame the government alone. What we can do, we must do. Like you said, we as different bodies and the universities, the schools, everywhere, wherever we can have access to people, individuals, speak to them, have programs, education programs and all, and make it a compulsory thing for them to understand and know these things, how to go about, and that's very important.
Very, very important. So I want to say this to everyone. I'm having our viewers saying that you tell us the next anti-suicide and success campaign, we will be there. Thank you very much for indicating your concern and your interest to be part of our campaign. I'm putting this out there. We are open to give the Stop Molestation campaign also in your schools, in your offices, even in places of worship.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah. That's what we have been repeatedly saying. It's not about the religion. So religion should not be a bound for us to fight against one another in the name of religion. It is about an inhuman act, which we need to pay attention.
Very inhumane.
And we need to give life to them to live freely. They need real freedom.
Yes.
And that's a very important thing.
And so call the number 974-274-3406. Say your comment or invite us to your firm, to your organization, to your company. We will give the Stop Molestation campaign. Could be your staff is being molested. They're not able to speak to you.
In office.
Yes, in offices.
Yeah.
Many things happen in the offices. You see, it could be your staff is being molested. They're not able to speak to you. Staffs who have molested, employees who are molested by employers and maybe bosses, as the case may be. Call the number 974-274-3406 and we'll be able to help you to get out and expose that molester and keep that fear and that bondage.
This really opens to me to talk about the next generation. It is come to our notice that we all should do something that the next generation would be safe. So the next generation must be a new generation. So the next generation must be affected with a new concept, with a new thinking, with a new mindset. I think that is the real answer for these problems.
Yes.
Affecting our coming generation.
One of our callers said, I think it's the first caller, I really like what she said women should come out boldly and speak. That's what you're saying now.
Yes.
That's the next generation.
So we need to plan for the next generation. Even government must cooperate to plan for the next generation. Schools, colleges first must plan for the next generation. Like when you said office now, even in offices, we need a new departments to come up for the security and safety of such. They may have something, but it must be very obvious.
And connected to these organizations.
People have right to go and speak and express themselves. So these, when we do these things and put in these measures in every areas and sectors, in different sectors, I think safety would surely come.
Yes.
Little by little, but it will surely happen.
Yes, it will. It will. So if you want to invite us, like I said, the number is on the screen. We will come. We will give the campaign. Of course, it is free of charge. We will give the campaign. If you want to support the campaign, the number is there. You can support the campaign. You want to make a call center, you want to make a cloud call, whatever you want to support. The campaign is there, is the numbers right there. You give it up and we'll be able to use it to reach out to more people. You see, it is as we come to the close of this Stop Molestation webinar, we'll be looking out to come online again very, very soon. Very, very soon, so that we can spread more awareness of the webinar that's going to be taking place. You who have taken part right now, when next we're coming online, you'll be able to spread the awareness between your friends, and people should step out and speak about it, so that we do not have our children walking on streets we do not really know, and yet the street is our nation. You see, the street is our nation. What's the last final word that maybe you may have for someone right there who is molested? Like, so sadly, we heard I think we heard a voice call and also an SMS of a girl who was raped and she lost her virginity. You know, someone might be there thinking they do not know how shameful it is if I have to open my mouth. What is the last word you would like to say to someone out there?
Like, I think she's already encouraged because she has attended our seminar. She has.
No, not that one. Somebody.
She was the one who called
Someone
also
else.
with the voice and the call. So there is hope. So we, people like us, bodies like us, we are there to help you, to stand by you, to support you. So nothing comes to halt. Nothing is hopeless. We can help you, we can make change, and that must be your hope that it is possible.
You know, there is one call that I would like us to speak to the world. That call that came in the middle of the night to our number, and we picked the call and we found out that a lady was actually cheated by someone in relationship, and she was about to commit suicide, and she thought, okay, let her just call out to some organization that she can get help from. And the time she called was such an awkward
midnight. Yeah, because suicidal cases, you know, in the night time, their minds keep working weird and they need a help. And it's good that even in that condition of a depression or whatever mood she was in, she was able to think of calling. She googled some anti-suicide and she got our number and she called us, and we were able to help, and she's okay.
Today she's fine, and I'm just actually supposed to be part of this.
There's a comment here saying women should be treated equal in the society. They should be bold enough.
Thank you very much. Just one comment.
Children should be taught right from the beginning what is good touch and what is bad touch, and learn to differentiate between the two.
That is in
Girls and women should be bold and speak up wherever they are molested, touched inappropriately or misbehaved against. Thank you very much. We already discussed this
at the beginning of the webinar.
We have done this thing. We have spoken on
Thank
this.
you very much for your
input. It's a good
input.
contribution. It's a reminder again that they must speak up, and educational institutions, you really have a good job to do now to really bring in seminars into the schools and colleges to make children aware of all these things, and they would know what exactly it is.
They should be aware. They should know exactly what exactly it is. More comments are coming on. First, we should respect women. That should
taught first at home.
We should respect women. That should be taught. That should be taught first at home.
It's true.
Very, very correct.
It begins right with your husbands and wives. How
Thank you, Santosh. Thank you, Santosh. It's very, very important. It says first we should respect women at home, because if I don't respect my wife and I'm coming here and saying we have to protect the women and all the Santosh, thank you very much. I do respect my wife and my children, and that is where it starts from.
Because the root cause begins from your home, because the attitude in which you deal with your woman in your home is the attitude you will do it, if not 10 times more, outside in the public.
Yes.
Here your wife will be your own loved one, or your parents, or your siblings, your own loved ones, and if you are able to treat them that way, then how worse you would treat the woman outside.
Yes.
You know that, so it's remarkable.
I want to deliberate on what Santosh, this my friend, I do not know him, but Santosh, this man who's viewing us right now. You see, people can say, I don't like what they have done to Asifa, it's so bad, it's this and that, and they shout at their wife at home, and they shut all their children, tell their girls to keep quiet, women don't talk, and they put their boys on a chair named Raja, I don't know, and they carry the boy on their head, and they put the girls on their feet. You are doing kind of abuse to the gender. Like someone said, Suresh, thank you very much for your contribution. He said women should be treated equally.
Yes.
Equally in the sense, I believe what you are saying
The
is
rights.
that, yeah, I believe, I believe what you are saying is that men should not be preferred over women at home. You know, I believe what you are saying also is it's about the gender in childbirth. So if they have a female child, they shouldn't feel so sad. If they have a male child, they shouldn't feel very happy. You know, male and female should be treated equally, like Suresh said. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it starts from the home, Santosh says. It should start from the home. If we do not want that to happen outside, it should start from the home. If in the home we treat Asifa, for example, anyhow, that will happen outside also.
Yes. A man who does not respect at home, obviously you cannot expect him to have respect outside.
So obviously these men who did this thing to this young girl, they would not respect their wives, they would not respect their children. If they do, it is hypocrisy.
Yeah. So the change of mind that we want to influence the society begins from your home too.
Yes.
Rightly said that you have to really affect your home, raise your children, and have a standard in your family of having respect to one another, and that would help in return it will help the way they relate with their with the people outside.
In my webinar there are some points that I couldn't conclude because they were calling in and they wanted to speak so much, and now we are waiting for their calls. The calls are not coming in. But you see, how can we create an environment to trust guidance, parents to share about molesters? How can we create that healthy environment of trust? Because the child is not able to speak to the parents if someone is molesting them, because maybe the parents do not give ear, always busy, or something. How can we create that environment of trust where we can communicate about a molester?
I think from the parent side, like children normally have this notion that parents are strict, parents will not listen to them, they will not hear them, they may not understand them. These are the idea that children will have, and we should not give that idea into our children. We should make them feel that we are like friends, that first love must be our standard. In love we have understanding and we share, we are open with one another. That openness, we must create that atmosphere for our children to be open, to be free, relate with parents, not just like parents who's someone who's just having a rule over you, but instead you must be a
Friends.
real like friends, where understanding will come in and all that. So they will have an avenue when anything goes wrong, they would always come to you and they would open up to you, and your children are always safe under you. But if you don't raise that way and you raise in a very different way, they may keep quiet or they may open up to someone else outside. And sometimes people, when a girl goes to share with an opposite sex, and those people can also take advantage of her.
Yes, when they are not the right body, they are not the right company.
So
they are
the
not
right people
institution.
should be where we will be able to open up to, and that's very important. So beginning from the home where your family has an atmosphere where your children can open up to is very important. I'm not just talking about children, also talking about adults also. Even wives go through things, men go through things. It's not limited to even gender. Even men are molested.
Yes.
Boys are molested.
Yes.
In different ways, everybody are molested.
I shared mine in the earlier part of the webinar.
Everybody are molested. So we really need to create that right atmosphere
to speak
for people around us. See, if you are having a company, and if you are the boss and you have a team under you in your office, you have to also create an atmosphere over there where people can be free to come and speak
and complain about the molester.
They must be able to, we must be able to hear their voice.
Correct.
And that's creating the right atmosphere is very important. The friendly atmosphere is very important.
Yes,
to
very
bring
good.
In the safety
so
measures.
we'll be able to confess about the molester when we create that environment. Now there's a thought that is coming to my mind, and I really want to ask you: if someone's got a boyfriend and the boyfriend raped her, how to handle that? Because here it is not a molester.
It's a boyfriend
that
because
molested
you loved
her
him and he loved you.
And he raped her.
Actually, I think when you boyfriended him, you really need to take measures on how you are going to go about the relationship, because this is a slippery ground.
Yes, it is.
Because you
Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign, there's a message for you.
You volunteered in it, and you are in it in the name of love. So anything can happen. So you need to have certain measures up to where you can go on with your relationships. So there must be limits with your relationships, and it depends on each individual's the principles that they bind themselves with, where they a standard they will live accordingly. Not just live anywhere, because nowadays it's going wayward.
It is.
It's really going wayward. The
It is.
society, the movies, the influences, the circles, the spheres of influence is much. It is very much. So this is very, very possible, and you cannot even call it rape between a boyfriend and a girlfriend, because they are going too wild and too far.
Now call. I'm seeing you put in your comments here. You can call and have an interaction with us. Call and have an interaction with us. Someone says here, Suresh says parents should teach the children what is right and what is wrong, and that the girl child is even more important in our society these days. We should be careful in the way we say that, so that we don't get also into the extreme. I know you're correct. If due respect is given to the girl child right from beginning, this world would be much better place to live in. Thank you very much, Suresh. Thank you very much.
Yes. And there's a comment here from Cecil Wilson. Parents need to spend time with their children. If there is a girl child at home, I think the mother needs to speak to her daughter on a regular basis. That's a natural, common thing that is expected of every mother to do with the daughters, to understand, because since she's a woman and a daughter, they have good understanding, and they must speak to one another and be open, and the mother should be on a friendly basis, as you said, so that the child can speak openly.
Very important. Very, very important. Final question. This one is very big. It's for both of us.
Yeah.
It's for both of us. And not only both of us, the viewers also. If you were a family member of Asifa, or you are the parent or the brother of Asifa, how will you handle the situation? So I'm opening this question out for everyone out there. I want you to send your very, very hot comment on
And
this.
that's what they're saying: kill him, kill them, punish them. And this is what
if you go and kill, you will be committing another crime. You have to leave that crime, that prosecution.
I mean, they are demanding the government to do it.
The number to call in to say your question, 974-274-3406. If you are Asifa's dad, brother, mother, sister, what will you do? Please tell us.
You can tell us. You can send in messages. Are there any new
messages? There is no call.
You
The line is open. Call. The line is open. Call. The line is waiting. Call Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign Helpline 974.
Okay, there's a message that has come in. Also, there's an audio. You can play the audio. There's a message that has come in. Okay, before you play, let me read this message that just came in. A woman was taken by 5 men who, according to hospital and police report, was raped by a gang before being dumped at a bus station. Though she was unable to remember the events of the previous evening, tests conducted revealed that she had been raped repeatedly. There was a trace of rohypnol in her blood. Rohypnol is presently being used as a rape drug. It is usually a small sterilization pill which is now being used by rapists to drug their targets at parties. The drug makes the mind of the target would be victim go blank so that she does not remember anything that transpired, and worse still, the drug sterilizes the victim so that she doesn't conceive from the rape, and the rapist need not worry about having his identity revealed later by a paternity test. The real bad news is that the drug's side effects are not temporary but they are permanent. Any female that takes it will never be able to conceive. I think, okay, fine, this just talks
That
about
is serious.
This is just news.
That is
A
very
forward.
serious.
This is a forward. This is a forward.
This is very serious information we're
Okay,
getting
then
from
I
that
think
forward.
can play that audio that has come in just now.
இப்போ அசிஃபா இது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும், 8 வயசு பொண்ணு.
Everyone knows about
4
Asifa.
பேர் நாசம் பண்ணாங்க, அதெல்லாம் இதுதான். ஆனால் எங்கே தப்பு நடக்குதுன்னு பார்த்தா பேரண்ட்ஸ் கிட்டேருந்து தான். அவங்க தான் எல்லாத்துக்குமே ஃபஸ்ட் ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ், அவங்க தான் ரோல் மாடல். ஒரு சின்ன தப்போ இதுவோ பஸ்ஸில் போகும்போதோ வெளியே போகும்போதோ அவங்க சொல்லி வளர்த்துருந்தா இது நடந்திருக்காது. எல்லாரும் சொல்கிறாங்க அவனுக்கு நாசம் பண்ணுறானுங்க, தண்டனை கொடுக்கலாம், கோர்ட் இருக்கு, அது
Everybody is
இருக்கு.
saying
ஆனால்
punish them.
ஒரு குழந்தை எதை
But a
பார்த்து
small
முதல்ல
child.
வளர்றோன்னா அவங்க அப்பா அம்மாவை பார்த்து தான்.
Who suffers?
அவங்க
Now the
கரெக்டாக
parents.
இருந்தா, பப்ளிக்காக இருக்கிற நம்ம கரெக்டாக இருந்தா இந்த பிரச்சனை
Are they
நடக்காது.
right? As public, are we
நம்ம
right?
முதல்ல நம்ம பசங்களை பத்திரமா வளர்க்கணும்.
We have to
தைரியமா.
raise our children
பொண்ணுங்கன்னா
carefully.
ஏதோ வீட்டில் இருக்கிற வேலைக்காரி மாதிரியும் வெளியே போகக்கூடாது, அந்த சீசன் மாதிரியே பழைய காலத்து மாதிரி வச்சுருந்தா வேலைக்கே ஆகாது. ஃப்ரீடமாக விடணும், எங்கே பிடிக்கணுமோ அங்கே பிடிக்கணும். ஓவர் மாடர்ன் கல்ச்சர் கூட ரொம்ப டேஞ்சர். இப்போ இருக்கிற பொண்ணுங்க முக்கால்வாசி அறகிற பொண்ணு தான் சுற்றுதுங்க, அதை கூட பசங்களுக்கு இழுக்கும். ஆனால் நம்ம அக்கா தங்கச்சிங்க மாதிரி பார்த்தா வராது.
If we see them like our
அதுதான்
sisters,
சொல்லணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
this issue will not
சாரா வளர்த்துக்கணும் பசங்களை. ஏன்னா வெளியே ரொம்ப கெட்டு கெடுக்கு, நம்ம பசங்க
Outside
நம்ம தான்
world is very
பார்த்துக்கணும்.
terrible.
அந்த பொண்ணுக்கு
We
நியாயம்
have to
கிடைக்கணுமா,
watch them.
அவனுக்கு தண்டனை கிடைக்கணுமா, அவனுக்கு சாகக்கூடாது. அவங்க ஃபேமிலியில் இருக்கிறவங்கள தண்டிக்கணும், அவங்க அப்பா அம்மாவுக்கு தண்டனை கொடுக்கணும்.
See, the
ஏன்னா
victims-
பசங்களை வளர்க்க தெரியாமல் வளர்த்துக்கிறாங்க. அதுவும் உருப்படி இல்லாத அவங்க
The
மாமன் கையில்
rapists should not be
அமைச்சுக்கிறாங்க.
punished. Their
அவங்க
family
குடும்பத்தில்
members should be
இருக்கிறவங்க தண்டிக்கணும்.
punished.
ஒரு குடும்பத்தில் தண்டிச்சாதான் அவனுங்களுக்கு ஃபீல் ஆகும்.
When they
ஏன்னா
punish
அவன்
their
தனியால்
family,
பண்ணா
they
இருந்தால்
would know.
பரவாயில்ல, அவனே ஃபேமிலி மேனாக இருந்தால் ஒருத்தனை அடிச்சா அவனுக்கு வலிச்சிட்டு மறந்துடுவான். அவனுக்கு சேர்ந்துக்கிறவங்களுக்கும் தண்டனை கொடுத்தா அவன் லைஃப் டைமில் மறக்க முடியாது. அவ்வளோதான். தேங்க்யூ.
Okay,
Thank you very much for your input that you sent in. The issue of a woman's
Is there
dressing,
another
the issue of a woman's dressing and the kind of a lifestyle that is in a family is put into context right now, is put into challenge right
Yes.
now. So this point, though is reasonable, but it
It's
is
not
not,
total
it is not
reason.
really, it is
It's
not
not a
really
total
a
reason.
criteria to treat a girl. It was in the girl's dressing. Look at what the girl was dressing. It was wearing salva, and that is common cultural dress in India. She wearing pant looking clothes. She wearing salva. Should the girls not wear salva again? Should they go into a drum and move around? So what I'm trying to say, thank you for your comment very well, but what I'm trying to say here, we are really putting this dressing and this thing into context. Now, I do understand when you wear mini skirt, you reveal everything, you provoke people, you seduce people, get ready for the way they would respond to it, because many people are, don't know, sexual maniacs and hungry and whatever it is.
Yes.
So I do understand that, but now let's look at Asifa's case. This little girl. I saw the picture which the text was written on. It was salva that she was wearing.
Yes.
She wasn't even wearing a t-shirt. So how could that salva be that? So I'm trying to make a point to our friend who sent in his voice note that no matter what you wear, the mind is what is important. And you rightly said, our friend rightly said, that if we have the right brought up, the right training, we will see these girls and these females as our sisters, as our relatives. So that's exactly where the point is, not exactly about the dressing.
Yeah.
but not exactly about the dressing. That's exactly where the point is. The point is that
the mindset of the citizens, the mindset of every
Anti-suicide and success campaign. There's a message for you.
The way they think, the way they take each other, the way they, respecting one another, the way you take, the way you see. You must see with a sane mind, not with the insane mentality.
Yes.
These acts are very, very, very much insane. It is. It really, it's so foolish.
You cannot connect it to dressing.
Because you so fully grown, mature man,
Don't you find a woman? Can't you go and meet
a young girl? It's really insane, evil act. It's
evil, not about dressing.
It is evil. That is it. It's really evil.
It's not about dressing. Dressing doesn't come into play here. Dressing doesn't come into play here. When you look at what was done to this child.
So it's really evil act. So our minds must really come to a sanity. We must think right. That's what I come to say. Think rightly. Like as he is contributing to say that when you see people, when you see women, see them differently. See them. Don't see everybody as how they can be looked upon on their body, the shape and the size. Don't look upon them in that sense. Look upon them as a sister, as a mother. In those relations, and when you see that there is sanity in your mind, and you won't go to think that way, and you won't try to do things in a awful manner, you will have a right behavior. It begins from your mindset, and that's important. And even when we speak about the government or the leaders, things like that, and for the right things to put in, I think the right leader must really have a heart of a father. So when he has the heart of a father, when you look at with the heart of a father, I think you will put you'll give the right protection to your children, and that's how the nation should really run upon.
Thank you. Anyway, we are so glad that you are bringing in these comments, and thank you very much for calling in to our anti-suicide number. We will be coming online very soon to have our campaign again and again. Keep in touch. If you are not following our page, it's time to follow the page.
And do you have any new audios?
It's time to follow the page.
There's a new audio message.
Voice note.
Yeah.
Good morning to all. This is Premla John. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Edmonds Owhorode for giving me a platform to voice out my concern over the present situation of molestation and rapes in India. Sir, it is such a shame that in a country where India is referred to as a mother, like Mother India, the respect for women is so bad. Let alone women, a girl child has been tortured for days. It would have been better off if they had killed the child the very first day. Sir, it just hurts me to even think of the trauma the girl would have undergone. Where is this thing called humanity? India is earning fame for the wrong reason. So it's high time we all held hands together in casting this kind of devilish, evil acts and bring awareness among the people, and especially women. It is us as individuals that can make a difference. So all that I would say is, let's voice it out so that we'll get an effective solution. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this short and very brief and to the point comment. She said India should brace up and we should really be serious about keeping our nation and being who we should be and responding rightly. Thank you very much, Primella John. I think we're having multiple messages because I'm hearing the sounds of the messages. And so, do you have any message on your handset? Okay, so we are closing with this final note that if you were the family member of Asifa, what will you do? Call the number and tell us what you'll do. 974-274-3406. Call it now and we'll pick your call and we'll connect you to the world, and let's hear what you will do if you were Asifa's family member, maybe a brother, sister, father or mother.
Interesting.
Waiting for your call. Before we'll round it off now. Yes, it's difficult
They
to.
have spoken.
It's difficult. No one has answered that.
I mean, they have been speaking, considering that in their heart already, because the way they are responding, they are not just responding from an individual perspective, because they know the pain that the parents would go to. They know the pain like a daughter, a small child would go through.
I agree.
That's the reason they spoke, and everybody's voice say the same thing: punish those ones that are doing this, so that others would learn and it wouldn't repeat again.
Anyway, great. As we round off, I would say, if I were the family member, I'll use this opportunity to do the same thing that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
The same
Come out
thing.
to speak.
I'll speak. The same thing.
Yeah.
Speak, break the silence, and deliver the next generation from the bondage of sponsored molestation, unending molestation by one acts. Speak out. Write your email. Send your email to help@antisuicide.org. Send your voice notes. Send your SMS messages. You can also WhatsApp us to our anti-suicide number 9742743406. We thank you for joining in this webinar. I wanted to share it with your friends and let them see and participate even afterwards. We're going to keep the video here in our page, and we'll be back again very soon, sometime in few. But just keep in contact
and continue to share this video. Share it so that people can hear what you have spoken and what people have commented and contributed, and let the voice be heard so that they can, and even more people, as you continue to share it on your Facebook and different mediums, as you continue to share, even their voices will be heard. And there'll be awareness is very important, because bringing awareness creates a change. It demands a change. It pressurizes the change to come, and it will come.
Yes, thank you very much for joining in. To every one of you out there, especially to those wonderful sisters of mine. And I didn't hear of any brother. Oh yes, one brother I heard of one brother. Wonderful sisters and brothers of mine who had it in their heart to share.
Yes.
And they shared it.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next, maybe next week, maybe a couple of days, but stay in touch with our Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign Facebook page. For now, I and Joanna says goodbye. We'll see you very soon in our next webinar. Thank you.
Expose the maniacs and pedophiles in your neighborhood by breaking silence. Share your comments and your experience of molestation. Keeping quiet is strengthening the bondage of sexual atrocities in your society. Join Edmonds and Joanna, with the team of Anti-Suicide and Success Campaign online, as they unmask this enemy, and break its power over women, children and more. 12 noon today, Indian Standard Time. Join this unstoppable voice against sexual atrocities. Let your voice be heard. Join the life-changing company and make the difference. Thank you. Expose the maniacs and pedophiles in your neighborhood.